Hi, welcome to another podcast episode. Actually, the last episode of 2020. So, yeah, let's do this. First of all, I wanted to start talking about the schedule. I might take a week off, the first week. So, this is actually the last episode of the year. And then next week, I should upload Portuguese episode as well, but I might take a week off, which means I'm going to postpone the next week episode, Portuguese one, and then the New Year's one, the first one of the year, and then the week after I will start. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that. It's just because I want to sort out some stuff for the store as well, and then organize myself a little bit better this year. And actually, that's the first thing about 2020. That I wanted to talk about. So this episode is gonna be about a recap about this year 2020 and what I expect and what I want to do for 2021. I think that this year has been crazy for a lot of people and loads of aspects on our lives in both positive and negative ways, but you know, we need to keep moving and keep going forward, and I just want to do a recap because I did that on my Portuguese episode. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm just going to say some things that I didn't mention in my previous episode in Portuguese, which is on YouTube with subtitles at the moment if you want to check that out and put it on the background as a podcast, but on YouTube. If you want to listen to it with subtitles, is there for you to listen to as well. But let's start. So I wanted to start by saying the things that I'm grateful for this year because I've learned so much. And this podcast started this year in May. It was actually a product of quarantine that we did, talking especially because I work in hospitality and I've been at home 6 months and then I was back to work and then I had to be at home again and then out and then I'm back again at home without working. So it was it's been a bit of a roller coaster, you know, back to work, going back home, back to work. But anyways, I'm grateful that at least I have a work to come back to because I'm not in any way, shape or form a person that could live without having a job. No way. While I'm working on it to change that because I don't want to be in this situation anymore. Something that for sure this situation has taught me is that I can't be thinking only that I have only one way of income. Although I work as a blogger, let's say, I'm not a huge blogger. I'm a nano blogger. If you guys don't know what that means, it's like a person with a really, really small number of followers and people that actually support my work and all of that. So obviously I cannot make money that is gonna help me take care of everything that I have, bills to pay and stuff like that. So definitely that's one of the things that I'm grateful for, is that I have a job to go back to. And although the government is helping out people, obviously you have to cut on something, and I've done that. Obviously there's some things that you don't need. If my bills are getting paid, that's all I care about. And that's basically one of the reasons why I want to obviously work on other stuff so I can, at least have other ways that I can sustain myself. Not that I spend money in crazy stuff, but for example, I have a store, so I have to maintain for the store, and I want to bring more products to the store as well, make them available in good quality, and always think about the environment as well. That's something that I want to bring more and more to the store, as long as, in the process of making this store work. And for sure, having a job is one of the things that I'm most grateful. Another thing is creativity. I'm glad that I work with, my creative side. I can even talk creative side, and always having ideas. I know one of the things that made me more proud, and probably the one that got me more results, was the first 2-3 months of the quarantine of being at home, because it showed me that if I put my effort, if I work for something, I can make it work. My YouTube in the first 2-3 months of the quarantine, so April, May, June, literally the content that I was putting out, I was proud of it. I really enjoyed making the videos, editing them, putting them out there. It was something that really, really made me realize that if I really want to make it work, I can make it work. It doesn't matter if I put 4 videos, 5 videos out. Even in the summer, when for me is always the worst time for me to do creative stuff, post on YouTube, on a blog, on Instagram, because normally I travel to Portugal and I don't do much, which is an error. And I learned that this year, because this year I made videos during the summertime and I was in Portugal for a month and a half, almost 2 months. So even then I realized that I can make it. I can make it work. So that's something that I'm so grateful that I could do. And even when I came back to work, I continue on this pattern of working, let's say, my ass off, because I was working in my full-time job and then working for my creative side, my YouTube channel, my blog, my Instagram. So if anything on this 2020 has stuck with me is that I can do it. And if I really want to make it happen, I can make it happen with no excuses, because that's something that it's not like I make excuses not to make stuff. Actually, I do. Let's just be honest, plain honest here. I do make excuses like I'm tired or I don't have the time. But then I like to be busy. But then on the other hand, I complain that I don't have time. But then I have time to do other stuff, like watching YouTube for hours, for example, or series. Actually, not that much. But you know what I mean? We always find excuses for things, but never the things that we actually want to do it, that we say that we want to do it. And I realized that I can do it if I really want it. And the results are here. I mean, I grow so much in like 3 months. It's crazy. Okay, I may slow down a little bit on the summertime. I wasn't posting that much, but at least 1 video a week I was doing. And, you know, I even made sure that I was recording summertime, which is normally, as I said before, one of my lowest times of the year to create content. And that's the message for anyone listening, really. Like, we can actually do it. We don't have to. I don't know what's the reason for you not doing the stuff that you said you wanted to do. But trust me when I say, like, we can do whatever we want. Who said that at the beginning of the year I would have, like, I don't know, grown so much and learned so much as well? Like, in so many aspects of my life. It's crazy if I look back. I will be doing a letter to myself, and I will be reading the letter that I wrote to myself last year. I talked about it on the last episode in Português, that I wrote a letter to myself last year on the 31st of 2019, and I have it so I can read it on the 31st of this year, and I'm gonna I said I'm gonna laugh a lot because I had so many things planned, and I'm gonna laugh when I read it, because most of the things that I said, they didn't happen, or I think I didn't happen. My memory is not that good, so probably some of the things that I said in there, I don't even remember, and probably they will make sense. I don't know. I will see. I don't know if I'm gonna record a video about that or not. I'm still debating on it because it's a bit personal, and I don't want to, expose most of the things that I really wanted to do last year, because I'm still going to make them happen. Either 2021, 2022, it will happen. I'm definitely going to make them happen. Other thing that I'm really proud is that I'm finally about this before, about my mental health, as getting some professional help, because it's necessary. And obviously being stuck at home, but at the same time receiving all this bad information about racism news all over the world is not the best for our mental health, at least not for mine. And that took a big toll on me, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just happy that I took the first step to actually take care of my mental health, because it was needed. I don't know what the consequences of being at home and getting all this bad information would have been. I could be in a very, very, very difficult space, I must say, because I always been a person that keeps everything to myself, never talks about nothing, and that's not good for anyone out there. Let me just tell you, that is not good for you, for your mental health, and the way that you deal with things. So if I can give you any suggestion, is that if you need help, like support, mental health support, look for it, even if it's in a close friend, or sometimes we don't feel comfortable talking about the deepest feelings that we have and thoughts that we have. Look for professional help. That's what I've done, because it's needed. I must confess that in the last 2 months I haven't done it, just because this is my high season for me. It's the season that I'm most cheerful in a way, because I love autumn vibes, Halloween vibes, Christmas vibes. Is always like a very good time for me. I'm always like up there with my spirit, but I'm definitely continuing to take care of my mental health with professional help, obviously, because it's very important, and for me it helped me a lot through this year. And obviously exercise as well. I'm really glad that I joined finally dance classes. It's just, I always loved exercising. It's weird for me to say this, but it's like I'm that lazy to the point that if I don't do something for a long time, I don't care, I'm fine with it. But then when I start getting back to exercising, I can't, like, I enjoy it so much. And this year was even crazier because, as I said before, in summertime I go to Portugal and I spend there quite some time if I can. And even in Portugal I did my dance classes. So obviously now everything is through Zoom, or most of the year was done through Zoom online classes. So I just did them even in Portugal. So I was really happy about that as well. December, I haven't done one single dance class and I'm already regretting it, but it's okay. We're going to continue. It's just because actually I've been focusing so much on my shop that I, still maintaining a YouTube channel. As I said, excuses, because if I plan myself, I can do everything. But I'm really glad I at least took that step and I did it. So, at least exercising, taking care of my mental health as well is something that I want to continue to do it in 2021 as well. And I'm really proud that I've done it this year and grateful that I had the opportunity to do it as well. I'm also grateful that my close friends and family are all okay during the situation this year of so much happening everywhere. So I'm just glad and happy that they are fine as well. Obviously, yeah. I love the blessings that they have, because it fills my heart with joy when my friends are okay. I'm okay as well. If they are okay and like happy, I'm okay, and I'm gonna be happy with them as well. Then obviously we cannot talk only about the good things, because as I said, the bad things happened. And for 2021, to be honest, I mean, I'm recording this now, and today I saw some other news about, racism in ways that people just feel the need to record it now, because some people just don't like, or they just act like this doesn't happen, or they don't care, or they are just plain racist, But at this point, I just hope that we need to create our own spaces. We need to. And I really want to make an impact, because I'm literally tired of this racism. And if we don't create our own spaces, this is not going to change. We have to open our own spaces. And when I say spaces, is not only like the stores, hair stores dedicated for our hair, or, we have, obviously, when you do something, you do it for everyone. But in the case that you need to provide for your own people, and if you want to help somebody to grow, it needs to be like that. We need to create our own spaces, and that's something that I'm going to work on, and that's something that I've been trying to do. I want to see more top YouTubers being black. I want to see them on, Forbes magazine or whatever. I want to see that happening. I will make it happen for myself and everybody that is willing to grow. So, it's something that I'm really passionate about right now, is self-growth and the growth of the ones that suffer the most. In this case, for me, it's crazy how black people suffer so much and still don't support each other. But that's something that I don't want to leave it in the last episode. That's something that we can talk about through the year, because that's always, as I said, I saw some news about some racist things that happened. but we can talk about it because definitely something that this year has done is open the eyes to a lot of people that these things cannot be, silenced anymore. We need to talk about them. And who wants to wake up? Good. Actually, about time that people realize that racism is a crime. But I don't want to have this bad energy on the last episode of the year. Let's just hope and let's move on to hoping and my wishes for 2021. I just wish that people continue to grow, self-develop in 2021. I just hope that this virus stops spreading, that people wake up. I know now that's a second, third wave, I don't even know, because a lot of countries are growing in numbers with people infected. Although the vaccine is out there and people can start book an appointment to get their shots. But I just hope that 2021 we all, stop with this. Or that stops in February, March, which was when the peak of the numbers started to appear. Although the virus started in November, I think, 2019. And that, we can all enjoy traveling, most of all, because I really want to. I know I've seen a lot of people has been traveling. It's not big of a deal for most people, but I haven't. Well, I traveled to Portugal, but that's about it. And that's, travel to other places. I want to travel safely, let's just say, because cases are rising and, I just want it to stop, to be honest. I just wanted to stop. I wish that we all stay healthy and I wish that all of this just stops. That's it, basically. And then I just wish that people would take care of the environment a little bit more in 2021. I mean, when quarantine started, we were doing okay because everybody was afraid of leaving their houses. But then when everybody started going out and with the increase of using of masks and disposable gloves, people started to throwing them on the floor. I'm sure you've seen videos of loads of masks and gloves on the oceans as well. It's like we cleaned the oceans of the plastic bottles, but then in return, now we gave to the ocean plastic gloves and masks. It's like, people, please. It's like, really, we have to do better than this. And we have to start in our houses, obviously, and then our surroundings, and then our workplaces. I just wish that people, use their common sense a little bit more. But that's for everything, really. I just hope that people use their common sense. And I'm talking about myself as well, obviously. I'm trying, slowly but surely. We have to be more conscious about things that we do because they will have an impact. We might only think about today and ourselves, but we need to think about the people that we're going to leave behind. I know it sounds like an old lady talking, but it's the reality. I've always been advocate for planet, always, and I try my best to do what I can in my surroundings to take care of the environment. Even on my store, I'm always using and trying to use eco-friendly stuff as much as I can, and I'm always searching for eco-friendly alternatives for my store as well. So that's one of my main wishes for 2021 is that people and that's one of my main wishes as well for 2021. But that's about it, to be honest. I hope you all have an amazing 2021. As I said, I don't know when it's going to be the next episode. I will be updating on my social media. If you want to follow me over there, Twitter or Instagram, feel free. This episode will be on YouTube as well. Subtitles will be up there, I would say, tomorrow. I don't know when you're listening to this. Probably the subtitles are already here if you are on YouTube. But anyways, as I said, wish you all a lovely, lovely 2021. Keep your good energy up, guys. We need to be positive. I know it's not the best year for us to it's not the easiest year, not that it's not the best, but it's not the easiest year, and it wasn't the easiest year for us to keep our energy and hopes up, but we have to do it. We have to be positive. I know it's hard, but we have to find ways to cheer up ourselves and our loved ones, because as hard as this may be, is going to pass. Okay? So stay safe, guys. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And I'll see you in the next episode, 2021. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. Give it a review if you like this episode or the podcast. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, don't forget to subscribe as well. Anchor, you can leave me a voice message if you'd like to. And if you are on YouTube, don't forget to leave it a like for me and a comment down below if you have anything else to say. Happy 2021, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.